Hello everyone, this is Telenissa and I'm here to bring you another WeakAuras. This time it is for the Outlaw Rogue. If you guys liked the video, please remember to give it a thumbs up, and if you'd like to see more of my Legion content to come in the future, either be WeakAuras or streaming, please remember to check out my stream in the link down below, as well as the other videos that I will eventually get out. If you guys would like to see more, of course, please click the subscribe button, and I will see you guys in the future very soon. So with the Outlaw Rogue, it is one of my personal favorite specs to play. It is very interesting in how the Roll the Bones spell affects the overall ability of your Outlaw Rogue, and I know that the RNG factor of it is intimidating and can turn people off from the spec. However, I personally think the slight RNG in the buffs is very exciting when you do get those 6 buffs, and it just makes it that much more exciting to know what buffs you have and how you can benefit, and how you slightly tweak your playstyle to benefit from those buffs that you have. So in my opinion, it is a fantastic way that Blizzard has gone about to use the spec and how it plays out, and I think it's very interesting that they have balanced it in such a way where at least 2 of the buffs, any of the 2 buffs will provide good DPS. Of course, more than that is, of course, better. Other than that, on to the WeakAuras. What I have to track here on the left is the actual 90 level talents. So Cannon Barrage, Alacrity, and Killing Spree are all on the left. If you switch in between either of them, it will show up properly as to each of them. For myself, I prefer Alacrity, and I'll get a little bit more into why I believe it is very useful even in PvP situations. So, sorry about that. Alacrity plays very well into your artifact ability, which I'll get into a little bit later, as well as the increase of the ability to gain combo points very fluidly. Just lends itself to all that extra haste that you're getting. So Roll the Bones up top, and it will show each and every buff, as well as text to give you a clear explanation as to what each buff will do for you. So for the leftmost, we have crit, we have attack speed and leech, the 40% extra chance at an extra sword slash for free, reduce cooldown on your major abilities such as Adrenaline Rush when you use your finishers. So based on your combo points, it will reduce the cooldown on your major abilities such as Adrenaline Rush. Next, we have our energy regeneration and the extra combo point generation to your Saber Slash and Pistol Shot. Other than that, we have our defensives on the right in terms of Feint. So Feint, whenever you have that buff up, it will show when you have it up, and knowing when you get reduced damage from AoE, or if you talent it into elusiveness, knowing when you take that reduced damage overall is just fantastic to understand. Next, we have our big defensives in Riposte and Cloak of Shadows, or Riposte, whatever you'd like to say. And just below that, we have our Grappling Hook. So if you do have Cloak of Shadows and Riposte up at the same time, Riposte will show over. However, if there is some discrepancy in between the activations of each of those defensives, the colored bar which denotes each of the different defensives will go down at different rates. So if you pay attention, you can know exactly what defensive is on you at what point of time and how long it will last. At the bottom here, we have a combination of major abilities to keep track of, as well as one of the other talent trees. What we have on the left is Pistol Shot. So while it is a combo generator, I felt it was important to keep track of, due to the fact that you can proc pistol shot, which gives you that extra combo point, and missing out on that proc really does hurt your damage potential overall. Next we have our AoE in terms of Blade Flurry. So when you activate Blade Flurry, it will turn from the grayish grayed out icon into the colored icon, so it will show you actively when you have Blade Flurry on. Next we have our Adrenaline Rush, which increases our energy regeneration as well as our attack speed, so very fantastic there. Always want to know when that is up and how much it's getting reduced through True Bearing. Next we have our artifact ability in Curse of the Dreadblade, so a 1.5 minute cooldown that whenever you use a combo point generator in terms of Saber Slash as well as Pistol Shot, it will fill out your combo points and allow you to use your finishers at the cost of some health. The health that is taken is fairly low from what I've seen, but in the situations where you are teetering on low health, it may be good to maybe not use it. However, from what I'll get into a little bit more is that you should be using Curse of the Dreadblades as well as your Adrenaline Rush right off the bat when you pick off when you start a dungeon boss, a mythic boss, or a raid boss, or even when you're in PvP, to gain a lot of damage potential and get those stacks of alacrity. And ramping up the ability to get alacrity and flow those combo points and those finishers will boost your damage potential really well. It's not burst damage per se, however it is a large amount of consistent damage that you can put out in those early pulls, which lends itself very well to the spec overall. Next we have our level 100 talents in Mark for Death and Death from Above. I am leaving out Slice and Dice just for the fact that this WeakAuras is very based around having Roll the Bones, and if you do not have Roll the Bones in mind, definitely try out a different WeakAuras or play around with the WeakAuras yourself. Other than that, the Mark for Death and Death from Above, I personally use Death from Above over Mark for Death because you comboing with your artifact ability as well as naturally gaining a good amount of combo points. It's very easy in many situations, and getting those 5 extra combo points is just not useful in a lot of situations, while having an extra spender will allow a little bit more damage in terms of AoE as well as single target, and plays well in whenever you have Curse of the Dreadblades up, so you use it more often, and that 20-second cooldown becomes something where you forget that it even has a cooldown. So other than that, we have our 2 defensives in Cloak of Shadows and Riposte, so we'll show the cooldown of both abilities as well as when they are ready to use. Other than that, this talent spec is for what I am using currently, so I'm using Swordmaster, Grappling Hook, Deeper Stratagem, Elusiveness, Prey on the Weak, Alacrity, and Death from Above. The choice between Swordmaster and Quick Draw is of course to your preference. I personally use Quick Draw just because the extra combo points that you get plays really well in the Alacrity mindset. Of course, if you use Killing Spree or Cannon Barrage, you're definitely free to change to your personal preference. So other than that, let's get on with a little demonstration as to how the WeakAuras will function. So we start off with Adrenaline Rush, Curse of the Dreadblades, then we get our combo points, we use our Roll the Bones, get a nice set of Roll the Bones going, then we get Death from Above. So we're building those stacks very smoothly. So we already have 7 stacks within the span of about 15 seconds, so very fantastic way to get those stacks rolling. And as the fight goes on, you will start building up those stacks very high. So my Roll the Bones buffs are about to run out, so start building up to that. Then Roll the Bones, I only have 1 buff, so it is beneficial for me to look to get another build up my combo points to get another roll to hopefully get more than 1 buff. There we go. So we have attack speed and extra leech with combo points. So fantastic right there. So I am up to 16 stacks fairly frequently, and since I have those extra combo points, using finishers is more easily done. So other than that, the defensives right here, grappling hook, so it all shows properly and hopefully very clean. If you guys do, of course, find some issues with it, please leave them in the comment section down below. If you'd like me to include something or make a smaller version, please let me know, and if the demand is high enough, I'll definitely release it out to the public and make your guys' lives a little bit easier. Hopefully you guys enjoyed Legion, and if you liked the video, please remember to give it a thumbs up and watch my videos in the future, and I'll see you guys next time. Enjoy.